gente del internet, Manolonauta, bienvenido a otro episodio de Manolo Experience. Este es un episodio par de cabrón, porque tenemos una de las personas más importantes en el Manolo Lord de los últimos 3 años ahí con nosotros. Pero lo que está cabrón es que el tipo habla español, pero no habla español de Puerto Rico. So, literalmente entiende como 10% de lo que estamos diciendo todo el tiempo. So, esto va a estar par de cabrón. Wow, no sé ni cómo introducirlo, pero papi, estamos aquí con Mario. Fucking Mario, Pigz Radio, motherfucker shit. So, people, mala mía,
Woo!
if we
Es
talk
verdad.
English,
Puerto Rican Spanish is a little different than
dude,
Spanish in California.
it sucks. I mean, that's the thing, cause like I remember like the first times when I went to California for BlizzCon, and I was there, and I was like, oh, they speak Spanish, and I went to a guy in the store, and like, sí, mira, ¿dónde carajo tú tienes aquí? Es que estoy buscando una bolsa. The dude was like, the fuck? This man is having a seizure? Holy shit, what is this fuck? And then,
Okay, I'm
no,
glad I'm not the
cabrón,
only one.
here's the fun part. When I hear people talk Spanish, in my head, I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with them? Because they sound very slow. Like Mario, you don't understand. In my head,
Yeah.
everybody talks like, sí, buenas, por favor, 2 burros de buche. I hear it at that speed. So, okay, I don't know how to, cómo explicar esto, but Mario, Mario is like my friend from
Explícalo.
Compton that cada vez que Manolo se va de viaje o termina en un revolú, Mario termina rescatándome. Mario básicamente tiene un estudio de radio en Compton que se ha convertido literalmente en mi Airbnb. Mario tiene tantas cosas que es el best, o sea, yo no sé ni por dónde empezar la pendeja, pero ok. Wow. Yo conocí a Mario bien funny porque pues yo iba para Australia a Get Pussy.
A
Buscar
buscar
amor en
amor.
Australia. Y fucking Mario me escribe. Mira, en el momento en el que yo prendí el celular, le quité el airplane mode y cojo señal. Mario escribe: Hey, I like your shit. If you're in LA, let me know. En ese mismo momento, I was literally landing in LA. And then I was like, hey, bro, I'll just go to where you are. And he's like, I'm at work at Best Buy. And I got on an Uber and I went to a random ass Best Buy to meet Mario. I had never seen Mario in person.
I think we were already kind of going back and forth on
Yeah.
emails for a
Yeah,
couple
but
weeks, I
emails,
think.
bro. It's like you
And
don't like.
or not even emails. It was on Instagram.
Yeah, it was
Was it
Instagram. But the point is, like, I didn't know Mario, so I didn't know what to expect. It's like, yeah, I'm just gonna go hang out with this random dude that I just met.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't know why I reached out to the scary people online, and someone actually responded. I'm like, oh shit, he's coming to my job. Like, what the fuck? I was not prepared for that. I thought you were
Yeah,
gonna
no,
rape me.
I thought that you were gonna rape me, but nobody raped each other. Do you know what would have been fun
No
if
raping.
we both have tried to rape
Nah,
each other? Having like a roofie
you can't rape
Yeah,
women.
you can. If you want to rape me and I want to rape you, it's like it turns into a cock battle. It's not like a fun thing. It would be like a duel of raping. It would be like some Yu-Gi-Oh shit. Like, I'm not gonna drink that water because I know you put a roofie on that water, and then you're gonna be like, I knew that you know that I was gonna do that. So instead, I roofied your bread.
Sounds like a crazy commercial for some Japanese
Yeah, you
station.
know what? That's the thing. I don't know why, like, have you seen those weird Japanese commercials that they have like the weirdest shit? That they have one like there's like a black
Fucking
guy
weird.
that goes into a washing machine and then comes out like a Japanese dude.
I went to go see a wrestler who got fired from WWE, and he was doing some independent stuff. And there's a Japanese market / store / restaurant / you find everything in there. And he was doing a signing or hanging out or whatever the fuck. But it was weird because I think it was the store manager was doing an interview with him. I think he was out there, and in between conversations, we're promoting things from the stores. They were like, "Oh, buy these $15 strawberries that came straight from Japan, little small town." I'm like, I'm gonna have to buy fucking $15
But did you
strawberries.
buy them?
They were delicious. Yes, they were delicious. Well, before you even get to that, in between us meeting,
Oh,
we
yeah,
had
yeah, yeah, yeah,
lunch.
yeah.
You took an
Yeah,
Uber
yeah, yeah.
to the Best Buy, and I don't know. We just instantly
Yeah,
became friends. I'm like, okay, well, this guy didn't try to rape me, so
we bonded.
and
Actually,
he's
we
doing
bonded
cool
over
shit.
Transformers.
That, you know what, we started bonding it during lunch, and then it sealed the fate over
Transformers.
Transformers. I was taking Manolo back to the airport, I think that time, or when you came back, because you flew back,
Yeah, no,
right? Or
no.
no?
Okay, so
I don't
I
remember.
went to before I got to Australia, I went to LA, and I had a 10-hour layover. So I hanged out with you, and we went to get the hamburgers at the place. And then you took me to the airport, and then I went to Australia for 3 months.
Then I played Transformers.
Mario has been like a persistent character in my life, but it's like he's there between crises. He's like the watcher because Mario has literally been there. It's like Mario sees me. I go to Australia. I do the random fucked up shit in Australia. I come back from Australia. I get stuck in LA for like a week and a half. I don't remember why. Some random shit from my flight, whatever. I remember that I was like poor as fuck. I was like, oh, cabrón, no, espérate, wait. When I came back from Australia, I stayed at your place. I showed Mario my Australia footage. I'm like, Mario, I recorded this footage on the Outback and it's gonna work and it's gonna be great. And that's when Mario witnessed my special power of being retarded. Because like I had the hard drive on top of the computer. I'm showing Mario, like, look, this is what I did. Mario's like, fuck yeah, it's gonna be cool. Your travel show. Fucking hard drive instantly falls because I'm retarded, and I put it like in the. I decided to put the hard drive on top of the laptop in the corner and carry the entire shit. I don't know why. Thing falls on the ground. The hard drive head gets stuck, and I lose the fucking footage, dude.
That was the most heartbreaking thing I've
Cho
ever seen in
cabrón.
my
3 months of
life.
footage gone, bro. I remember that like I went to get like a quote to like get the data back, and it was like $1,000, and there was like no guarantee that the shit was gonna come back.
We gotta find someone. You gotta reach deep into the Manolo verse. There has to be someone that can
No,
help and get
man,
that
no,
footage
fuck,
back out.
dude,
It's a
fuck
hard
that,
drive.
dude. If I have to do that again, I'll just go to Australia again.
But everything's trying to
Nah,
kill
bro,
you.
that's dude, Mario, you live in fucking Compton.
You told me that you had to put fucking things in your
Oh
shoes
yeah,
so the fucking
the
scorpions and
oh
shit
yeah,
doesn't get in there. People have to put their
I
shoes in the
microwaved
microwave.
my shoes on. Yeah, yeah, that is correct. But I mean, the thing was like you should. Yeah,
Scorpions and
yeah,
tarantulas in
yeah.
your
I know,
shoes. So put stuff in
Mario.
your shoes where you
I know, but you
sleep.
live in fucking Compton. Like that's where like black guys shoot people. That's like,
But guess what? We respect the hood. We don't
mm,
get shot. And I don't have to worry about putting
you
fucking
know
things in
what?
my shoes so the scorpions and fucking
Brother,
spiders don't
before you
jump in.
continue this shit, you know what? I'm gonna say this shit. Like, okay,
Okay.
Compton is not as bad as you think it is, in my opinion.
It has its parts where it shines and it has
Yeah,
its
but
ghettos.
at least
It has
where
both.
you're the area that you are, which is technically Compton, because like it says Compton when you're looking Google Maps.
We are in the
Yeah,
heart
you
of
are like
Compton.
in the downtown Compton, cabron.
I mean, if you gangster and you know where you from the hood, we in Fruit Town. So we
Fruit.
on
Wait,
the
wait, wait,
fruit
wait.
streets over here.
Fruit Town.
Because there's Cherry Street, Plum Street, and I don't know, some other
Ah,
streets
so
down the
the
way. Past Plum, I don't know. So it's the Fruit
ah,
Town. And there was some gangs and shit from out
but are
here.
the
So
gangs
yeah.
gone?
Yeah, they're all fucking gone. I mean, you still see some tagging here and there, but I mean, not as bad
Yeah,
as in
but
the
why? Because
90s.
gangs bangs are not cool anymore.
I think most of them are dead. Most of them moved away. Most of them started new lives
Yeah,
anywhere
yeah,
else.
yeah.
But
I
yeah,
think. I mean, I don't think it's fun being in a gang anymore. Like, there's cooler shit you could do for money. I don't know. Like, besides, it's like, why are you gonna sell? Like, nobody wants to buy crack anymore. They just get Adderall and fucking weed.
people still
Gee,
buy crack.
I don't think so, bro. I think they just.
Yeah, people still buy crack and smoke it. Yeah, I know. I know people that smoke crack.
I don't think. Yeah, we need recreational crack. I think that's when like they gonna stop shooting people. But anyway, the point is, Compton is not as bad. Like the worst thing that has happened when I was there was probably that time that guy was on fire in the McDonald's with Luigi.
Manolo stopped here. He was here for a couple days. He went to a McDonald's close by, and apparently someone was on fire in the drive-through. Some bum was laying out, and his clothes was on fire. And you showed me the video, and you
Yeah,
guys are laughing. No one's trying to put him out, and then you guys just drive
yeah,
to go
but
get your
the
food.
thing is, Mario, you don't understand. Okay, so
I wish you had that
I
footage ready to show. Please show
the
this when you
Manolo
edit
from the
this.
future, show the footage now. When I'm sad and I want to laugh at something, I play the footage of the bomb on fire.
Okay, there you go. You like your life's not that bad where you're passed out in front of
No, it's
McDonald's
not
on
that. It's
fire.
just everything. Like the coincidence, Mario, of me going with Luigi at like fucking whatever to get McDonald's, and the freaking dude literally catching fire slowly And here's the thing: we're in the thing where you order, and the lady for some reason did not talk to us. So Destiny wanted me to see this thing, and yeah, I could have just gotten down from my car and like threw whatever a coke at him, or I don't know. I knew in that moment that I was meant to see the cracked version of the Human Torch.
Flame on.
I think that's the only bad thing that I have seen like in Compton. Except that time that I rented that black guy Prius that the thing got stuck and they went it did the horrible sound. But besides the black guy Prius, everything was fine.
And then what happened there? Mario fixed it.
Mario literally fixes everything.
No, not
Because
everything.
Mario apparently has a cognitive disorder. He has like a weird OCD, but he's the total opposite of my retardation. He's like, I would like think I have something planned and then explode. Mario has a plan A, B, C, and D, and an AA and an AAB.
You really think
I
so?
think
I
so.
don't think I don't think my shit's all planned out. I think I've been doing. I mean, great intro, Manolo, for me. But I've been Manolo's friend for a handful of years, and I have my own production company, audio, video. We do a podcast called Pigz Radio live every Sunday night.
Uh huh.
PIGZ hard Z pigsradio.com. We do a podcast on Tuesday nights called the West Coast Pop Lock Podcast. We do live sound, we do video, live streaming. I do all kinds of crazy shit. Run nightclubs,
Yeah.
goth clubs, 80s new wave, production.
See,
Just
see.
I don't know, man. It's a crazy amount of things. So when Manolo came into my life, he came into my life like a fucking wrecking ball, like a Tasmanian devil. Just like everything's fucking broken. I'm like, what is wrong with you? Like, stop. Like, why is everything falling apart around you when it doesn't have
Yeah,
to
but that's
be?
the thing, Mario. It has to be. It's the law of the universe. It's like,
It's the Manolo verse.
yeah, you don't know why a black hole sucks shit. That's how it happens, man. You're like a white hole and I'm like a black hole. That's the yin yang, motherfucker. So my podcast probably has, I don't know, 20 something episodes or whatever. Mario, how many episodes does your podcast have?
Just celebrated episode 500. I wish I had my sound effect.
500.
500 episodes. Pigs Radio's been around for 14, I think, going on
Dang.
15 years in February. And we do live bands with live performances at the very
Yeah.
end. So it's kind of modeled after like a late night talk show. Don't know. I'm assuming you guys have fucking talk shows in Puerto Rico, right? Or you guys get at least channel
We
30.
have a Sábado Gigante. That's our talk show.
Oh, wait, from the
Yeah,
fucking
yeah, we
80s
have
and
that shit.
90s? No, but that's not like a 3 hour, 4 hour long
Yeah,
variety
no,
show.
dude, we don't have. Okay, the talk shows in Puerto Rico are. We used to have like 3 chicks that were in the morning talking chick shit, and now we have
Okay.
like 4 pop.
But no late night talk shows?
That shit, bro. I think we had like one. Because the
Okay.
Puerto Rican crowd is mostly into politics and reggaeton music. That's all they care about. They don't really care. Yeah, and the
Really?
1,000 transformer dudes that live here in Puerto Rico all listen to me. That's how it basically happens. Like this oh,
Hey, you know what? You're supposed to be laying off them fucking cokes, bro. You're fucking taking that shit like it's goddamn
Cokes.
like
It's
it
Coke.
doesn't
It's
matter.
Coke
That shit's
Zero,
bad for you,
man.
bro. It doesn't matter. Dude, you're sucking that 2 liter
Yeah, yeah.
down like
I know, but instead of diabetes, I only get Alzheimer's, so it's nice.
no, you still
You
get
don't. It's
diabetes.
fucking aspartame.
Yes, you
How?
do. There's all that other all that other bad shit in there that's gonna fuck up your whole
Oh
entire
well,
body.
YOLO. Then me on life support a year later. Mario, come to my podcast. I don't think I've ever asked you this. How did Pigz Radio start, by the way?
I looked into radio
Oh
school.
yeah.
Maybe well fuck. Now like if it's 15, 20, I don't know, right after high school I got really interested in broadcast and radio. I'm like, fuck, that's so fucking cool. Like I want to go learn that shit. And looked into a radio school out here in the city of Huntington Beach, California, and found the Academy of Radio Television
Mm.
Broadcasting. Looked into the pricing. I'm like, fuck, that's fucking a little pricey.
Because I was like, no, that's like pre-internet shit, right? That's like legit radio.
It's they had internet radio, but podcast was barely starting. No one knew what the fuck a podcast was. I at that time like, dude, is that something like for your iPod? Like, is it an
Oh yeah, I
iPod? Like,
remember
what the
that.
fuck? So yeah, this is like right in the beginning of that shit. So yeah, man, I fucking loved radio, love K Rock, Kevin and Bean. all those radio DJs, and I still try to listen to them because they're on a bunch of different like radio
Mm.
stations here in LA. That my favorite radio station fucking exploded on itself, and they don't have those people in format anymore. So it sucks. So most of these DJs are still out there doing what they do best, and it's fucking still exciting to me to listen to radio. I love fucking radio. So yeah, man, had a passion
But
for
when
it.
you like the radio, do you like hearing the guy in the radio or literally the music? Mm.
Both. I'm entertained by the morning shows, by people
Mhm.
just talking. We used to have a thing called Love Line with Dr. Drew and Adam Carolla, where they just talk sex shit. Like, oh, people will call in, like, oh fuck, I got herpes on my dick. Like, what do I do? And they will tell you, like, all right, well, you need to go see your fucking doctor and stop fucking that girl with herpes, and probably like rub some fucking iodine and some shit until you go see the doctor. But go see the doctor right now.
Yes.
So, I mean, I grew up on that shit for like 15 fucking years, man. Like, it was fucking great. You could probably still listen to some shit out there. I'm sure people have archived them, but Love Line was the
Mhm.
name of the show with Dr. Drew and Adam Carolla. And I think Adam Carolla left, and it was Dr. Drew and a bunch of other fucking random DJs on there. And towards the end, Adam Carolla came back before the
A
show got like
Adam Carolla
syndicated and
was the guy that
canceled.
had
And
that the Man Show, right, on Comedy Central? It was him and Jimmy
yeah,
Kimmel
the Man
before he
Show.
became
So
Family Guy.
yeah, exactly. And that was with that was him and Dr. Drew. He used to partner up and do Loveline for fucking years, man. 4 years and helping the community out with all their sex problems. So it's fucking entertaining and great. You learn some shit.
You learn some shit.
Don't get no don't get no itchy dick
Itchy
nowhere.
Dick, you know? Yeah, I don't is Itchy Dick really that back anymore? Eh,
The fuck? You make it seem
I
like it's
mean,
okay to have
okay,
itchy dick.
here's the thing. I don't have any STDs, thank God, but most of the people
Okay.
I know do porn, and most of them have itchy dicks. Like, and most of them, like, it's very hard not to get the herpes when you're doing porn. Uh, it's not, and because but it's not just the porn part. It's like Mario, itchy dick is common. Like most people when they go outside and bang someone, they don't go like, "Excuse me, do you have herpes? Do you have blah blah blah?" No, they're like, "Oh, that chick's hot in the bar," and then they're like, then you do the thing, and then you get home and you're like, "Gonna light all these candles and hope I don't get AIDS," because that's how they do.
Well, why don't you just fucking put a
Mario,
condom
most
on?
people they want to be in danger. They are the danger.
Well, guess what, man? That's why I don't ever get itchy dick. It is not common in my life.
I mean,
So
I
there you
haven't
go.
gotten itchy dick. Um, I did
Okay.
eat
Talking
no,
like
I
you
did
have.
eat a vagina once and I got like a bad throat infection out of it. And then like a
Oh, what
few
the
months
fuck?
later, I ate her vagina again and also got a throat infection.
Why would you
Uh,
eat the
it,
vagina twice, knowing that the first
it was
time
a
you got
nice
sick?
vagina, Mario. It was worth. I mean, here's the thing. Uh, uh,
Not that
in
nice if you
Puerto
got sick
Rico, we have a
twice.
saying, las mujeres escogen y los hombres recogen. So, when the opportunity comes, you take that vagina and you're like, well, I mean, what's the worst that can happen?
Itchy throat.
Tonsillitis.
Oh,
Yeah,
what
I
the
ended up.
fuck?
Yeah,
How do you cure
well, I
that?
mean, antibiotics. Like, I legit had like a very bad. Like, I remember ate her pussy. Like 2 days later or 3 days later, I was like, it hurts when I swallow. I can't eat these tacos. And then like a week and a half later, I was in my friend's Jeff's house, and then like my face was like swollen and I couldn't like swallow. And I'm like, I'm gonna fucking die. And I was like drooling, and I went to my friend Liz's house, and I'm like, because Jeff, Jeff had like visitor or something, so I left to another chick's house, and I'm like, Liz, I'm dying, and she's like, fuck shit, you gotta go to the hospital. I'm like, oh, and I remember like we got onto this online doctor shit, and I paid like $60, and I got into a call with a random ass chick doctor, and she's like, "What happened?" And I'm trying to speak, but like my throat was like, "Oh fuck!" So I'm like typing in the chat, and I'm like, "I ate a girl's vagina, and now I'm like this."
You're always going to the fucking doctor and for
Yeah,
some serious
I
shit.
mean, the let me see. That time,
You just got sick not too long ago in fucking
yeah,
Houston.
I'm talking about that time. That's the time I'm talking about. That was twice for eating a vagina.
Okay.
But then, yeah,
Oh,
but
okay.
then I made up with the girl again a couple months ago. But this time I did not eat her vagina. I learned.
Good.
I did it. I escaped my fate. Anyway, let's get back to radio school. Okay, so you were doing the radio school thing, right?
Yeah, well, at first, so I went down there. I couldn't afford it. Maybe I didn't want to pay for it, and I'm like, I didn't
Mhm.
do it. And then, fucking 10 years later, I'm working some. I forgot. I was a store. I've been in retail for fuck shit ton of years. So, at some point down the line, I'm like, you know what? Fuck this retail shit. I'm over this. Like, I just
Mm.
quit. Like, I didn't want to do that
Okay.
shit no more. And once I quit that manager job, I was assistant store manager for Metro PCS. I was a store assistant store manager for a fucking phone company. So we used to fucking pump out big numbers there all the time. This is when
What's
Metro
Metro
first
PTS?
launched over
Is it
here
like
in California. Cell
oh,
phone
it's like
service.
cricket or some shit like that?
Yeah, exactly. Survived that shit and fucking carried on and started radio school at that point. But that's already 10 years later after I decided I wanted to go to school.
Yes.
So I'm glad I did. I mean, it was cool. I got to meet people. This is where the radio thing happened because I was doing radio school with obviously a bunch of other people. Got to become friends with them, and then those people want like, hey, we should go start a podcast, and I'm like, fuck yeah, what's a podcast? Uh, and we're like, oh, recorded radio. And at this point, I wasn't this tech savvy at all. Like I had laptops and shit, and I was already a DJ at that point. Yeah, I was already DJing, been DJing for years, and but I didn't have any sound equipment or nothing. I'm like, okay, how do we do a podcast? Like, I don't know. I'm like, okay, let's figure this out. Yeah, I'm sure the internet was around and started trying to fuck. What do I need? Microphones. Okay, how do I plug the microphones into what?
Yeah,
How do
yeah.
I get this, audio to the computer? Like, fuck. Shout out to Stewart, fucking big time producer now. He's working with all kinds of big artists and shit. Miley Cyrus and fucking
Ooh.
shit ton of people. Crazy. And this guy would back then he would let me borrow microphones, boards, cables, all for free. I would just have to go pick that shit up on Sunday mornings at like
Oh
6
shit.
a.m. So I mean, if it wasn't for him, like letting me borrow that shit all the time for free, dude, like I would have never got like my true start until I would have bought shit. And it took me a minute to buy stuff, but at that point, I was already kind of rocking and rolling, getting the stuff from school. We were going with the boys, we are starting, and yeah, man, we started
So,
in February, so now it's gonna be about
but
14 years, 15 years,
when you were in your 20s, right?
probably.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
so mid
my
20s.
my 20s for
Yeah.
me, we're practically both kind of like the same age range. I mean, I think you're a little older than me, but like I sometimes start to remember how I did shit in my 20s. But the way that I used to like do things, like if I wanted to record like a song or random ass shit, it would be like super hard, and now it's like super easy compared.
There is more things available now that there was when we were growing up. I mean, shit was mega expensive. They didn't have where you can go into a Best Buy and go pick up webcams. There weren't even no
Dude,
fucking
the
webcams.
potato
Like it
cams.
was crazy.
Like you don't have. Oh wait, before I was gonna say something, but now I gotta ask another question. Okay, so because the thing is that you do the wrestling shows and you do all this stuff that I've been with you a couple of times. So how exactly? I don't remember, but I think I knew you were but when it started. Like, how did you go from doing the radio show right with your friends, the Pigz Radio, to literally filming events? Like, how did that happen? Because I remember you had like the potato cams and shit.
So one, I did an interview with this wrestler from San Diego, Dirty
Oh yeah,
Ron
I remember. Oh yeah, yeah,
McDonald.
yeah. I remember. Yeah, yeah.
So when the whole pandemic happened, everything shut down. He hits me up about a month after our initial interview, and he was like, "Hey, can you come film some wrestling?" I'm like, "Fuck yeah!" With what? Like with the webcams? Like, yeah, do it with the webcams. I'm like, but then I watch wrestling, so I was like, well, we need someone to move around and. What the fuck? I could have rented stuff, I guess, but I just wasn't that keen on like how to get all the shit working. So I was able to get. I found an app for an iPhone 8 that my parents had, which they still have today. And there's an app that you can send wireless feed to the computer. I'm like, oh my god, there's my fucking
Yeah.
my feed. So trial and error. So my first ever live production or live filming was with like webcams and an iPhone 8, and that was for some wrestling in San
Yeah.
Diego for
Yeah, I
a live
remember.
stream.
It's that. Wow. The thing is that I think when Mario started doing this shit was around like the time that we met, right? And like I remember like you taking I mean at least I remember going with you to one of those Dirty Ron shows, and that for me was
Yeah,
like
yeah,
an
yeah, yeah.
experience. That was I don't know cuz wow, this my brain is like now unraveling the timeline, but I remember going with Mario And I used to like have like a Fuji camera, and like I remember Mario being like, "Hey, you want to go to the show?" And I was like, "Yeah," because here's how I show up in Mario's life. I We don't speak for like 5 months, and then I go like, "Mario, I'm going to LA. This blah blah blah. I'm be there in like a week." And I get there like a week, and I'm like, "Hey, can I sleep in your couch?" Because like Mario, by the way, Mario has like the best fucking couch. If you guys that, I don't know, can you like? I mean, I don't think you can cut to your white shot right on that one, or can you, or no?
The
No,
couch
no,
isn't
yeah,
on
but the
this
studio
side.
thing, you got like the white shot, but I don't know if you can switch the things. Ah, see, this is how we do. This is how we do it. This is how it works.
All right, if we're gonna do this, we're gonna
Ajá.
do this right.
Ah, Mario conectó la cámara con el gimbal, con el droning, para enseñar el estudio. Ah, there we go, papi. Esto es lo que es. Ahí, tú ves eso. Esa es mi cama. Yo duermo ahí. Yo duermo en el estudio, en el piso del estudio. Papi, ese es el show. Papi, esto aquí no te creas. Esto, mira, olvídate de la discoteca en Puerto Rico, papi. Esto es lo que es, cabrón. Ya tú quisieras que tu banda tocara aquí. Mira eso. Papi, el Ultimate Studio, cabrón, papi. El Man Cave. Pigz Radio. Esa, yo quisiera vivir allí. I would give my left testicle para vivir en ese sitio. Papi, mira eso, mira el tour. Tienen alcohol. Tienen cosas de Navidad. Hay un feto de tiburón que le di yo la otra vez. Cabrón, esto es lo que es. This is how we do it. Papi. El equipo. Ah, no. Tú no quieres tener un equipo de reggaetón. Tú quieres ser como Mario. Todos queremos ser Mario. Está cabrón, mano, como este pan. Esa facón. Debería reciclar más a menudo, pero en sector de la reciclación. A fuego. Me pregunto si Mario estará caminando con los headphones. Papi. Ah, no. Ese tour está bellaco. Mario debería cobrar por los tours. Y lo mejor es el. Ahí fue. Papi. El mueble. Esta parte que están viendo. ¡Oh! Se jodió el Holyland. Se vio verde. Mira, eso que está ahí donde yo duermo. Ahí estoy en un arcade, papi. Esto, cabrón. Yo sé que ustedes están mamando ahora mismo con esta pendeja. Ustedes están ahora como que holy shit. Y yo, yeah, man, I know. This is the way. This is. By the way, todos esos cuadros que ustedes ven ahí están autografiados, cabrón, by the way. Todo eso es como que de la colección personal de Mario, de todas las bandas que él trabaja. Hacho, cabrón. Nieta, debería preguntarle a Mario cosas más complicadas, ¿verdad? Como que qué bandas que él trabaja, qué eventos ha cubrido. Pero es que es bien difícil. Cuando tú empiezas a hacer un podcast, cabrón, y cuando tú empiezas a hablar mierda con tu pana, como que pierdes la pendeja. Yo admiro a esta gente como Chente y Drash, que se pueden sentar y decir como que, mano, ¿cómo se sintió? ¿O qué tú pensaste la primera vez que pensaste en leche? Pero él dice leche bien gracioso. Pero wow, papi. Ese es mi rótulo favorito. El Batman cuando tú cagas y Batman te mira, y me encanta eso por las noches. Y el Peace Monster. Lo más importante es el Peace Monster. Ahí. Sí, porque es que tengo un secreto. Yo soy el que me va el piso, pero él no lo sabe. No lo sabe, pero yo soy el que me va el piso. Eso, mira el estudio de Pigz Radio. Tú no tienes eso. Es un bicho gigante luchador. Pero, yes, lo hizo. Papi, esto está muy cabrón. Esto está muy cabrón.
Yeah.
Papi, el estudio tour. Mario's not talking shit. He does, dude, Mario's like the best buy, cabrón. Anyway. Ok, diablo. So de. Cabrón, ahora tengo muchas preguntas, pero. Ok, Mario, déjame preguntar. Antes de que volvamos a Dirty Ron. Ok, so Mario, the vast collection of shit that you have there. Just a lot of
A lot of
shit.
shit.
So what's like the top value collection that you have there? Not in value like money, but like personal shit.
I think one of the coolest things I have in here. I'm a big Morrissey fan. A buddy of mine at the time met Morrissey. He got some shit signed by him when he used to live out here in Hollywood, and he gave me that record for one of my birthdays. So to me, that's one of the coolest fucking things. But not only that, it's a very rare fucking print of an album. So there was an album by Morrissey called his first album was Viva Hate. And there was only a certain amount of records that was misprinted with reverse education in reverse or reverse education, I forget. So there was only few though, so it was that album that got signed. So I have a very like rare limited edition like Morrissey album. And then a friend gave me a fucking awesome. She caught his clothes in a concert, so she gave me a piece of that.
Wait,
So
she like,
that's pretty cool.
she like,
Well, he normally throws his shirt out into
oh,
the
and they
fucking
ripped
into
it.
the crowd, and then people start fucking fighting.
That's
Yeah,
fucking cool. See that's great. I don't have anything like that. I don't think I have anything from famous people. But every time that I go to your house, I'm like, oh my god, I don't know. There's something about the Pigz radio studio. It just feels like it's like a mixture between home and Toys R Us. It's like, yeah, it's that same feeling when you go to Toys R Us and you be like,
uh,
oh yeah, Power Rangers, Transformers. It's like
yeah. I like to nerd out. I mean, I don't have too much place anywhere else in my apartment or like for anything. This is the open space. This is Peak Studios, and not that many people ever get a true look at it
yeah.
unless you come down to Peak Studios. And we've had all kinds of people come down and just be mesmerized by how this is. But it didn't start like this. It started in my apartment on us on the couch. I think on YouTube you can go back all the way to like I forget what it's maybe number 70th
And you can see like the
something
old
episode. I think in there, or maybe in the 100th. Yeah, the really old crew. I mean, I've been through. I don't even know how many people join for a little bit. They put their time in, and then shit
yeah.
changes, life changes. I keep going. This is
Yeah.
commitment. You
Yeah, I
gotta love
know.
to do this shit because it doesn't
Yeah,
pay.
I
There's
mean,
no money in this.
I know. It's the same thing with me. It's like, I like doing my shit. Everybody's like, do more shit. I do get like some money from it, but it's not like I can live from it, you know?
I mean, I wish you could, because I mean, when I first got introduced to Manolo and the whole Manolo verse, I was just, I don't know if it was on YouTube or Instagram. It may have been on YouTube. You just came up in my algorithm. I started watching you. I'm like, oh shit, like I like what he's doing. Like this is fucking dumb, but I'm so entertained by it. Like,
Thanks.
yes. Um, I I think it, or maybe Facebook. I don't know. I don't remember what the fuck it was, but I saw you there, and I was already doing pigs. I was already reaching out on people on Instagram. It had to be on Instagram, man. That it had to be. You popped up, and I saw you were doing all the porn stuff. Doing all the interviews with that erotica, and I'm like, I love you. I love the crazy
The
interviews and
randomness.
the crazy
Yeah,
shit you got. By the way, I just watched one of your most recent ones. The one of the girls, I forgot what the fuck she said. I was just like, God damn, like what?
the one with they use her hair to mop the floor or some shit like that.
Yeah, with piss or whatever the fuck.
I actually went
Yeah, I was
to
just like,
lunch.
wait, what?
Well, I mean, technically, done lunch dinner with that girl. She's a sweetheart. She's great. She's a little crazy, but she knows that she's crazy. But we had like a very cool moment together. Like I was telling her like about that time that I touched that opossum that was on the floor in Florida, and I kept like because I mean if you're in your 20s you don't know, but there's a dude called Tom Green, which when Mario and I were like teenagers, he was like one of the most coolest shock comedians in the time. Like Tom Green literally his thing was like just like random chalk value because his comedy wasn't like funny. He just did stupid shit in my opinion. Weird.
Really weird. Yeah, weird, dumb
Yeah.
shit. I'm like, wait, what? Kind of like Borat, kind
Yeah.
of like weird shit. Like, yeah. It was offbeat. It was different. It wasn't the traditional shit. Like
Yeah.
this is before the internet. Like, this is where
Yeah,
before Jackass, right?
I feel like a little bit before Jackass. Like Jackass just took it to the extreme. They were like literally hurting themselves. But like I think Tom Green was just like he was kind of like borderline. I think the millennials equivalent will be the Filthy Frank before he became like a singer. He did like random ass shit. He ate like a hair cake. Like that early 2000s YouTube that was weird. I don't know if you've seen this video, but there was like YouTubers, right? And they did a thing where they baked a cake, but they threw like some dude's hair into the batter. So when they make the cake, it was a hair cake, and then they try to eat it, and it was
Oh fuck.
horrible. And they were like, "Hey, what? This is what this shit was like on YouTube before like all the shit got taken down. This was like probably I don't know when you could like say words and you would still get monetized. When you can literally put like a fucking Taliban execution video and still get monetized shit. Yeah, there was like
Remember that shit. Uh, Faces of Death was, I think, one of the
yeah,
websites, right? And then there was another website
rotten.com.
back in the day when internet
Yeah,
first
so
started.
this chick, the fun fact, the lady, Caitlin Katsaros, or well, Katsaros because she's Greek. Caitlin, We were having like a conversation, right? I was telling her because I was gonna film in the peak of the Manolo show. I was debating this with a friend. Like I was saying that was like the peak when I was like making money off YouTube and like traveling and stuff. I wanted to do roadkill review.
I remember you telling me this.
So I stopped. We stopped and there was a dead animal on the floor, and I poked it, but I didn't see it. So I wasn't looking at it because I had like sunglasses. So I bent over and I poked it, but it was like its guts were spilling out because it got run over. So
Oh
when I
God.
poked it and I moved my hand forward, my hand went into like Star Wars when like that guy cut the thing to keep me so warm. My hand went into the thing and I actually like like literally like like splooshed my guts and my thing got all bloody and whatever my hand. And we had like we end up shotting and my friend was about to bomb it, so we were like, okay, I think we're done, we got it. And then my friend, I go like, hey, Efra, give me like your hand sanitizer. And he's like, I don't have any. And I'm like, what do you mean you don't have any? I saw some in your fucking car. And he's like, no, it's not hand sanitizer. And when we looked, it was like an empty bottle, and I was like, "Oh fuck!" And then my hand was all bloody, so we had to like drive. We were in the middle of buttfuck Florida, like in the Everglades, and we had to like drive like 20 minutes or something to a gas station. And my hand was outside of the car, all bloodied. And then we went in there, and then like the lady was like, "Are you okay? What happened? Do you need help?" And I was like, "No, it's okay. I was just touching a dead animal." And she's like, "What kind?" And I'm like, "Well, it looked like a rat, like a marsupial. I don't know, like the opossum." She's like, "Those things have rabies. Are you okay?" And I was like, "What?" He's like, "They'll have rabies. You need to get shot because what if you had a small cut in your hand? You're gonna get rabies." And I'm like, "Shit." So I had to like go to the ER and get a fucking rabies shot because of the stupid opossum. So I was telling her that shit, and she was like, "Oh, really?" I was like, "Yeah." And then she's like, "Oh, I would love to touch dead things with you." And I was like, "What?"
Wait, for real?
Like she was like, she got all happy, and then she's like, "Oh, I'm glad you're into this because I won't feel weird because I masturbate to people dying." And I was like, "What?" Yeah, dude.
What?
I'm not joking. She's the best. I really like her, but like she's crazy, dude.
So this is how I got introduced to Manolo. We're gonna wrap, like we're gonna tie all these stories in, I promise, because we're going all over the fucking place with this. But
Mario, it's fine. Don't worry. The people that watch my shit, they're used to this random ADHD shit. I bet you by the
yeah,
end of the week, at least 1,000 people will see this fucking shit at least the first 20 minutes.
nice.
Okay, so Mario now is like doing the big ass cool shows like the Lucha Baboom, where there's like a fucking, I don't know, like 1,000, 2,000. How many people were in the last show?
I mean that place is built for like
Yeah, like
1,200 people.
yeah, it was full technically. So I would say like yeah, like 1,500 people that say were in the fucking show. But the first one that I went with Mario was like in a weird ass basement, and there's like the ring, and there's people in chairs, and it literally looked like somebody grabbed a backyard wrestling VHS but put a roof on it. And I remember like Mario's station because Mario's the one that does all the. He's literally the guy that does the camera switching and runs the show. And like he puts a walkie talkies and he's like, "Oh, move left, move right, pan the shot, Luigi, zoom out." And that's what's that position called?
I'm live
Presenter?
well, director, so I'm live directing. I'm also live editor, so I'm live camera switching. Normally, like I'm doing the job of
Yeah,
like
yeah,
20
Mario.
motherfuckers
Plus the
because
cables.
there is a typic if this is done right, there's a director, there's a live, camera person, there's like, someone to direct that person. So yeah, there's a bunch of other jobs, but yeah, man, I'm a one
Yeah.
fucking man
So the
army.
Mario, the place where Mario was in the Dirty Run show, they built like a thing with wood that was on top of the people, like a platform. And we got on top of that shit, and Mario was like, "Manolo, just so you know, this surface is kind of unstable." And I was like, "What?" And then like, it's the thing is like doing this all the time. Like every time somebody would walk behind us, it was like doing this, and I was like, "We're gonna fucking die here." And like I remember because that show, I think I was the one shooting next to the ring. On this show particularly, I didn't know what was gonna happen because I don't know. So I'm like recording and then Mario was like, "Oh, Manolo," because Mario has like a rundown of the show. Manolo, it's very important. When I say he's gonna jump, you're gonna like record to the second floor. And I'm like, okay, but it's still in my head. I don't know what the fuck was going on. So then suddenly Mario's like in the walkie-talkie, he's gonna do it, he's gonna do it. Here he comes. And then I look, and this motherfucker, dressed as Ronald McDonald, jumps from the fucking second floor, and
Of the makeshift fucking, floor, by the way.
the whole thing did this shit. I saw Mario doing this. Mario didn't give no fuck. Mario just like kept switching, and then the guy jumped and exploded on top of another guy, and they destroyed a chair. And I was like, that guy has no ribs. That guy legitimately just died. That guy got hurt.
No, he did. He got hurt for real.
And like my body felt the same thing when I saw that dude on fire in the McDonald's drive-thru. And then like I think like a week after, 2 weeks after, we saw like a news report or some shit that like the stage had like collapsed or some shit, like the roof was there.
Yeah, they moved out of that venue. They went to a different one. It wasn't a basement; it
Okay.
was a warehouse. So they moved to another warehouse and did the same shit, but they built that one really fucking super unstable. That shit collapsed and hurt some people.
Yes. See?
But yeah, so the podcast got me that interview with him because I found him online once again. I reached out through the fucking internet asking around for these weirdos, and he was just like,
I
"Yeah,
like
I'll
how
interview you. I mean, I'm down to
I like
interview." So
how
like,
Mario
fuck
keeps
yeah.
coming back to the thing. Mario is fine. We can this is the power of ADHD, Mario.
You know what? I'm sorry. This is just me doing what I do on
Yeah,
Sundays and
how many
Tuesdays, baby.
how
Can't
many
turn it
fucking
off,
days do
man.
you do the show? It's like 2 days a week?
Yeah, it's Pigs Radio's live every Sunday night, and West Coast Pop Lock podcast live every Tuesday night.
Damn. Yeah, so for my fat people, if you're bored and you want to listen to Mario talk in a cool way and have music, because that's the thing. Like Mario has like music. He sometimes brings other people. He brings bands. The bands play live.
What we do here live is fucking crazy awesome. We have real conversations with real people, bands. There's no script. I smoke a bowl, drink some drinks, and we just talk. Kind of like
Yeah,
what we're
man.
doing here today. It's awesome. It's like people just having just a decent conversation, but at the very end of it, like a late night talk show. Once again, you guys don't have that in Puerto Rico, but a late night talk show. We do the conversation first, and then we do a live performance at the very end. So now we are on wireless cameras. We get really in depth, immerse
Ah,
fucking imaging. Audio's on point here. We just had who did we just have on? Tuesday we had I am Rare Hearts, fucking independent artist, great. We've had some pretty famous people. When in Rome was in here, fucking Clive Farrington from When in Rome, UK. He
mm.
performed here live on the stage. Just all kinds of independent bands, man. Fucking good people.
I like when you hang out with a friend because I hang out with Mario a lot, and like, all I can remember is like random wrestling bukkake, like that. Oh. Let me just say this part. So Mario has like a band, Battle Tank. It's like a Astro band or some shit.
No, it's a Chevy
It
Express
looks like a
2500.
giant ice cream truck, but of death. It looks like a. It's like it looks like twisted,
Yes.
like a car that would be in Twisted Metal. But the fun part is like Mario modified this fucking band.
I found this awesome wooden chair, cut that bitch in half, took off the back piece and built and had seat belts put into an extra seat belt. So oh, you're
I remember
protected.
one time we were like going to San Diego in the band, and like everybody of us looked. I felt like a true refugee because I was in the fucking back of the car. I tried sitting on the chair. Bad idea. Because like every time Mario would like hit a curve, it was just like, and I was like, ah, and he just like just keeps screaming.
You rode all the
Yeah,
way to
yeah.
San
It's like
Diego like
ah,
that.
ah, goo. So I was
That was
like,
that was a good
dude,
two
it's like
hours.
yeah, man. And then we got out, and Morris like, "You want some pizza, Manolo?" That's how I know. That's how I measure when my life is fucked. Every time that I go and Mario goes like, "Oh, don't worry, I'll get you tacos. It's on me." You know.
Normally I always offer tacos because you love that taco spot around the corner from the house. Or well, not around the corner, but close.
Legit tacos. You know when they're legit tacos, when to get there, you gotta put the GPS, but you have to put it to like a random liquor store that's next to the tacos.
It's a pop-up shop. Is that a 2 liter? What the fuck,
Mario, it's
bro?
fine. It's halfway.
What the fuck?
Mario, okay.
No,
If
hold
I get
on.
if I get a smaller one, it's $3. If I get this one, it's $1.25. Puerto Rico logic, bro. Yeah. If you get this cocaine for $5, but you can get this cocaine for two, you will get the $2 one, man.
I know, but you shouldn't be doing
I don't do
cocaine.
cocaine. I'm fat, bro, and I have teeth. At least I. I mean, you can tell when people do a lot of cocaine because their nose gets weird. It kind of shrink. It kind of
Yeah,
shrinks.
it does. And you die because there's some bad coke on this side of town from time
In
to time.
Compton,
No, LA.
yeah, LA is fucked. The last time that I saw you, like a dude got run over, like next to the theater.
The fuck? Really?
We were with the guy that was with you, well, you hired in the last show, and we were eating in that. Okay, so when God dang it, fuck. So Lucha Baboom, which is a cool show that Mario is now doing the magical thing, which is basically WWE but Mexican and with like burlesque dancers. It's in the Mayan theater, which is a cool theater that looks like a Mayan temple. Next to it, every time we're going to go work the shows, we get there early, and he usually takes us to this diner that's like around the corner. That's like a weird thing because it's like a half Mexican, half Italian fucking diner. So it kind of looks like it's being run by the cartel and the Italian mafia at the same time.
The mafia. Yeah.
Menu, it has like pizza, tacos, burgers, and then like pastrami and like pasta and
Pasta.
Italian
Yeah.
shit. And then like the guy literally looks like he kills people with an ice pick. And then we were eating there, and then I see like the bus turn and the bus stops, and there's people running out of the bus. And I'm like, oh yeah, that's fine. It's LA. It's probably some random ass shit. It probably got like hot or something. And then like we went to the show, we come out of the show again, and there's police and yellow tape. And yeah, and
Oh
then we're
shit.
like, what happened? And then some dude's like, someone got run over, dude. Look, there's a leg underneath the bus.
Oh no way. The bus was still on
Yeah,
top of the
I
lake?
don't know.
Should have backed it up.
Yeah, could see the leg underneath the tire. L.A.
Fucking wild.
Nice. Oh, remember that time that we were doing the other show, the Compton Mania, which is WWE but Compton version, and then like Mario parks the car next to the venue. Mario gets out of the car. Mario goes like, "Nah, this is too shady." He gets back, he takes the car and moves it. And we're like, Mario, nothing's gonna happen. 5 minutes later, some dude is like, hey, they broke someone's glass in the parking lot.
That shit happened quick. I think it was, yeah, like fucking 10 minutes or some shit. Like I had just moved the van and they had broken and got one of the wrestlers' backpack, stole his digital camera, like an actual like point and shoot. I mean not point and shoot, a DSLR. So like fuck, he got rocked hard that
Oh
day.
shit! People here in Puerto Rico, they don't know how most stuff works in the state because they don't go there. So they were always like, "L.A., Hollywood, bougie." Nah, bro, it's like a fucking giant ass ghetto with Ferraris. That's literally L.A. It's like
Yeah, exactly. It's wild out here, man. You said what's the wild shit I've seen? I've seen everything. 'Cause I used to nightclubs galore, always spending nights out there driving. I used to be Lyft and Uber back in the day when it first started. So I've seen people fuck out there. I've seen people take shits in front of everyone. I've seen ladies fucking stand up and piss and watch it arch. Like it's crazy, beautiful, and disgusting at the same time.
yes, just like GTA. This is great. Well, I think we're gonna close this one because it's like we've been here for like an hour. You follow Mario. I think Mario's one of the people that you know what? It makes me sad sometimes that you don't have like a larger following.
Yeah, I don't know. My mindset wasn't where, get the followers in the beginning. So
Yeah,
when I
you
first
just do
started
it.
Pigz Radio, my goal was like I have to have the best audio versus everything else.
Yeah,
And then once we start doing the video stuff, like my video has to be better. What can I do to be better? Everything costs money. Like fuck. Why does everything
yeah.
have to be so expensive? So it's took some time, got some shit, whatever shit I got, hold on to that for a bit, and then like, all right, what's some new shit and upgrade it, and yeah, we're running
They
around here with some 4K fucking Sony cameras and some RS3 Pro gimbals that just give some beautiful panning shots. So
yes. And then we're gonna use this gear to record McDonald's, dude, jumping from the second floor and destroying a table.
this is actually way better gear than what that shit was back in the day. But fuck yeah. We get to film all the wrestling events. I got to film my very first pay per view for Fight TV. So I produced
Ooh.
a live pay per view event. So that shit was probably like one of the coolest things I've ever got to do, and for some of my personal favorite fucking wrestlers of all time right now. So that was really fucking cool.
That's
The Lucha
fucking
Vavoom is fucking awesome. That's always a great time. That's Mexican mask wrestling with burlesque. So if you guys are out here in February around Valentine's Day, their show's gonna be popping up. So you guys can check that out at luchavavoom.com. So tickets should be
yes.
on sale soon for that.
I mean, I'm gonna pull the links here in the bottom part because
Yeah.
because every time that I go like Mario, where can people follow you? Nobody listens to that fucking shit, or you don't know how to spell because it's Puerto Rican. We don't know how to spell, so I'm just gonna like look. Here is all Mario's links. You follow
Look,
Mario.
M81 Productions, M81 Presents, Pigz Radio, Pigz Radio, all one word. West Coast Pop Lock Podcast, super long fucking title, but all one word. Follow me there. Follow me everywhere. Don't follow me, whatever. I don't fucking care.
Yeah, West Coast Pod Lock Podcast.
Close enough. But yeah, man, love what I fucking do, and I'm trying to make it sound great. And Manolo, whenever he's in a fucking emergency, I'm just for whatever reason the guy he
Yes,
calls, I bail you out
dude,
every
but
fucking
I
time.
finally, after 3 years, kind of almost finished your fucking cartoon.
I was talking shit to Manolo one day. It was just like, hey man, like I asked you for this fucking no, let me take it back. He offered to make me something maybe
3 years
the
ago.
beginning 3 years ago. Is that how long we known each other for?
Yeah, no
Okay.
more.
No, this is way
2018.
before that.
We know each other from 2018 because that's when I went
How
to
many,
Australia.
how many years is that?
5. It's been
Okay,
five
so
years, bro.
yeah, like maybe 3, 4 years ago, the conversation like, hey man, you do that, like cool. You're like, I'll do one for you. Cool. Hey, you're shit. You promised me something, you haven't done it. What the fuck, man? And then he sent me a video. Perm, perm, perm.
Yeah. Yeah. No, the thing is that I have been working here for like a week. I mean, on and off. But it's funny because I was like, I'm not gonna tell anything. I'm just gonna show up and I'm gonna wait until the next time that he goes like my fucking shit. I'm gonna be like, and literally like 2 days later, you were like, "Where's my fucking shit?" And I was like, "Here's your fucking shit, bro." Cabrones, we're gonna go because we've been here for like an hour and a half. I don't feel my ass. Follow
Hour 15.
Mario. This is gonna be great. Uh, we're gonna do we should do a part two at some point. We'll continue the conversation that we never got to the.
I tried kind of helping to wrap it up, but Manolo's ADHD just kept
No, man,
running
but this is great. This is
wild.
why people watch my shit. They know that the ADHD is coming.
Okay.
They already know. They already know, man. They've been the people that have been here that have been listening to this for 5 years that listen to me talk the fucked up Spanish. They know. They know what they're getting themselves into. It's like me with porn stars. I know I'm going to get itchy dick and itchy throat, but I still do it.
Stop getting itchy dick and itchy throat. You're too old for that shit. Stop it.
Yeah, no, I'm stopping it. I'm stopping it. We're not gonna do it. But anyway, goodbye.